Shabbat Shalom. This coming Shabbat, we read the Torah portion of Ki Tisa, where plenty happens, including the sin of the golden calf. But this Shabbat is also Shabbat Parah, the Shabbat of the cow. No, this isn't some sort of Chinese New Year affiliation for the greater Jewish community. I don't even think it is the year of the cow, quite frankly. No, Shabbat Parah is a Shabbat where we commemorate this very bizarre ritual. It was a ritual of the red heifer. Once in a generation, maybe less, they would find a perfectly unblemished, completely red cow, red heifer, and they could burn that red heifer, and the ashes would purify you from contamination that you might have gotten from coming close to a dead body. Yeah, that is a mouthful. Just think about it for a second. The cow comes along once in a generation to purify you from contact with a dead body that causes contamination. In and of itself, it's almost a laughable construct. And yet, we have to look back and wonder why it is that it holds a certain import in our people's history, in our people's tradition. Because we'll read this summer when we read this Torah portion, Chukat, well into the book of Bamidbar. But we have a Shabbat in between Purim and Passover that is named for this. So what's at its heart? Well, I think if you look deeply within this ritual, deeply within, what's really at its heart is our people's great fear and great unknown of death. You have to understand, this was a people who saw people die around them, and most of those deaths were inexplicable to them. Today we don't live in that world where death is inexplicable. Most of the times we know at least a scientific reason why it is that somebody dies. They didn't have that luxury. So to them, death was this supernatural event that required some sort of purification, some sort of connection to God on a grander level. But if you think about it, for us, in modern times, we often face the unknown. We often face things that are foreign to us. And for us, sometimes our natural inclination in those moments is not to necessarily seek out our connection to God. But with this ritual, antiquated though it may be, they had that connection. I wonder if there was some ritual that would help us with that connection, whether or not this red heifer, this red cow ritual would make a little bit more sense. Shabbat Shalom.